Okay, sorry, just getting a couple things sorted out real quick. Everybody, I apologize for the delay. OBS has been absolutely shitting the bed lately, and it keeps signing me out of my account for some reason. It's like very, very weird with its activity. But hello, Jack. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Ange. Hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday night. I'm just finishing up a few things here, and then we'll get right into the stream. So I apologize. Just bear with me for a second here. Almost done. Sorry, it looks like the error's rounded itself out here. I think I've discovered what went wrong. At least we're live. That's the big thing. I know we're a couple minutes late. I said I was going to start at 7:30, and I apologize for that, but we are live. Okay. There we go. FRS says it's the best place in town. Hello, new to the stream. Thanks for having me. Glad you're joining, Colin. Colin, well, actually, I'll say in just a second. Just let me get the stream up here. Okay, I think we're ready. As long as you guys can hear me. There we are. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I'm sorry for the bumpy start we had. OBS loves to keep us down here, but well, the good times stay rolling. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay hydrated. Take a chill pill. I was freaking out there for a second. Just kidding. I wasn't scared. You were scared, chat. I wasn't scared. But hope you're all having a wonderful Thursday evening. Hello, Helen. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Colin. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Jack. Hello, Ange. We are back with today's session. We're just going to do a very chill Q&A session, talking with chat. Want to have some sort of one-on-one time with you guys, but this time instead of me playing a game and having myself distracted by fear or whatever the game entails, I figured we'd have some back and forth and potentially design some channel emojis for our channel members. There's a lot of various emojis that you can get if you're a member. I think we're up to like we have if we have 5 more members, we have a slot of 10. I think right now we have 9, but they're like little stickers essentially where if you have that heart by your name like Jamie does there, you're able to send some sort of like reaction or reactionary emojis. So if you have a moment on stream that you really enjoyed, that you want to be immortalized into the as an emoji on this channel, we can certainly go over some of the old ones because some of the older ones are just like very cheesy. Like I think one just says LOL, one just says GG. But there are some personalized ones like the Shoey, and we can always make our own. I got paint ready to go here, ready to roll. But yeah, figured if you guys have any questions for me or have anything that you want to talk about, your weekend plans, anything at all, feel free to let me know, and I'll give you my best. If you need advice, I'm always here for advice. You know, always got me in your corner here. Nathan, hello. Teresa, hello. Hope you're doing well. She says, thank you. I hope you're also doing well. The reason why we're starting a bit earlier this stream is because I do have hockey today at 10. So we're running from 7:30 or 7:38 whenever we started because OBS was being a bit of a nuisance until 10 o'clock or 9:30. Sorry, 9:30 because the game's at 10. We're playing the number 1 team in our division. But we did just get bumped down a division because we lost a couple of our games. If you hear any screaming also, it's because, and if you feel the gravitational pull of objects start swinging towards my door, it's because we have Colin the Moon out in my living room there watching the Leafs game because I live right beside the rink. So the Leafs game is probably going to end right around the time that we have to leave for hockey. So
you didn't have to bring my fucking head into it, buddy.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, my bad. My mic might filter out some of his screaming, but he said I didn't have to bring his head into it, so I feel bad for that. We won't make fun of Colin's head anymore. Yeah, on the stream. Glockenspiel Pickle, good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Jamie, we get some attention. Of course. Pay attention. I try to pay some mind to chat all the time, you know? Try and see what's going on with you guys. Have you guys see what's going on with me? I know I'm kind of under a magnifying glass here. You guys see a lot of me, but I want to interact with you guys and make the stream a little bit more personable. Hello, Rob. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Had the Cottage Cup trophy as one. We could do that. This little golden trophy we have on in the background here. It's definitely could be an emote. You've seen it in our Minecraft stream. We awarded ourselves the trophy. In both of our marathon streams, actually. When we made Gold League, we gave ourselves that golden trophy there. I could definitely make that into one. Half Lad, hello, welcome. Chat can use it when we win. That's true. That's actually a good idea. Miss Buck, do you still use your other channel? Yes, I'm not letting Uncharted Travel die. Regretfully, I just needed to take some time and like step away from the whole urban exploring scene. As much as I do like to do urban exploring, I felt like it started becoming more of a job. I mean, what it's supposed to be, but it just I just lost a bit of love in constantly trying to grind out and find locations versus just like happening upon some. So I have some videos on the backlog for that channel. And funny enough, I actually went to the McBarge and did like a little video on the McBarge with Jake. And I was planning on releasing it around the same time when the announcements came out that the McBarge had sunk. But I don't know, I kind of dropped the ball on that one, but I am working on Alone episode 6. The plans have all been in place. I failed like 2 or 3 times trying to film this episode. But I haven't given up. It's just been a bit of a demoralizing factor, but the Uncharted Travel channel is not dead. It's very much, I'd say just stagnant for now, but I definitely want to pick it up in the future. And there are days where I definitely look at the channel and I'm like, fuck, like I should really get back to being actively posting on this, but it's so hard, especially like the channel, it was good and I was able to support myself a little bit through it, but like to be able to do it full time, monetary wise and just like sustainability, it just isn't super viable. That's why I was trying to use the Alone series to sort of transition Uncharted Travel into an Uncharted Travel abandoned places and also like wilderness camping kind of channel. Because I know that's kind of like an avenue that's a bit more broad and I could do. Because if I'm trying to pump out a video every week or every 2 weeks on like an abandoned place, it's first off, it's very hard to find like quality abandoned places because I'm very particular about what locations I show on that channel because I don't know. I just always feel like with a growing channel like that, there's always the pressure to outdo your previous videos, previous works. So I wouldn't say Uncharted Travel. It's coming back. It's definitely coming back. I just needed some time off to kind of gather my thoughts and sort of gain some perspective. But yeah, appreciate the question, Miss Buck. I'm sorry. I know if you're fans of Uncharted Travel, I apologize that it's been such a long hiatus. But I definitely am not just pocketing myself into this single gaming stream. This is just kind of like a distraction, something fun that I wanted to do alongside. And I've always kind of wanted to do just kind of like a community channel where I could interact with people, you know? Hockey is just code word for making some prime Canadian crystal meth. Aflad, thank you, Teresa, for the good luck. And Aflad, it's not, I don't know what the fuck you think we do up here in Canada, but no, hockey is a sport played on ice. Well, we're in ball hockey season now, so we play on essentially milk crates. But we do not make crystal meth. We shoot balls in the net, score goals, and win games. That's ball hockey in a nutshell for you, there, my friend. We'll make fun of his hands instead, Aflad says. I hear Colin celebrating in the background just a few moments ago that Toronto must have scored. I don't have the game score on my... Actually, I could pull it up real quick because Toronto has... Essentially, if they win tonight, they eliminate Ottawa Senators. Let me look at Leafs score. Also in chat, if you're watching the game, you want to update. Oh, maybe it was a close shot. It's still 0-0 with 3 minutes left in the first period. But yeah, it's understandable. Good vids take time to cultivate. That's true. And I mean, like, there's so much, like, especially with the Alone series, there's so much planning and preparation that goes into those videos. Mind you, obviously, you guys are long overdue for Alone in episode 6. It's just like for example, my Alone episode 5, the one I did in the abandoned mining settlement, that was filmed out in British Columbia, which is like a 4-hour flight out of the way. So I flew 4 hours and then rented a car and then drove another like I think it was like a 4 or 5 hour drive from the city that I was based in. Um and then like an hour of off-roading, an hour of hiking added onto that. And if I don't get into the location, it's like such an investment for such a loss. And now you can just take that scale and put it to 3 attempts on 3 separate abandoned locations that I tried for an Alone. And just, I don't know, the amount of sheer disappointment that I had. Because like I'm usually a pretty like by any means necessary kind of guy, but I'm not gonna go and like bend the law or break into a place or detract from an abandoned location's natural beauty just to film it alone. Um, so the first time I went there, I or the first time I tried filming Alone episode 6. I couldn't find a point of entry. I tried so hard. I climbed up on the roof of the building. I couldn't find an open window. They were all boarded. But I wasn't about to just pry off boards or break a window or something like that just for a few YouTube clicks. It's, I don't know. Even though it is still trespassing, I still have some sort of a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? And then the second attempt, I got chased out, so couldn't stay there. And then the third attempt, I was just like pulling up, and it was like just like an actively monitored location, and was kind of, I don't want to say chased out again, but like the car like pulled up right beside me to see what I was doing as I was like fixing my camera gear. And I was like, okay, this is pretty much a wash. Like I just drove 6 hours for nothing. Thank you, Ange, for the update. Period 1, 3 minutes, 00. I appreciate it. I've gotten many comments on my Uncharted Travel sweatshirt. Thank you, Jack. That was, for those of you who don't know, at 100K, we did a very limited run of about 100 sweaters. They sold out over the course of 24 hours, but a handful of them I sold to my friends. I think I sold maybe about around 15 to my friends, and then the other 85 or so kind of went all over the world. One of them in particular went, the furthest shipment I did was to Australia, and I made the mistake because when I did the merch release, I never intended for it to profit from them. It was just like a celebratory thing. I just wanted to celebrate. I hit 100K. I was pretty proud. So I was like, I don't care what these sweaters are. I'm going to sell them at cost. So I think each sweater, like I hired a graphic designer, which was a couple $100. Then each sweater to make, I think was like the manufacturing cost was about $55 or $60, if I remember correctly. It was like something like $57, somewhere in that ballpark. And then I also tacked onto that free shipping worldwide, thinking it would probably be like $5 to ship to like America, which it roughly was. But there was when I shipped to like Australia, I shipped a couple to the UK. The Australia one in particular was like $55 to ship. And then the ones in the UK, were like, I think they were like 20 or $30 each as well. So, and I think I charged maybe $60 or $70. I can't remember the exact price, but it was like $10 more than the actual cost of manufacturing to make up for the shipping. So if you were in the States or Canada, your shipping probably cost me about $5, but you were generously helping pay for the Australia and UK people who got their sweaters shipped to them. So we're all community here. I think I ended up either breaking even or just losing or just making a little bit of money, but that wasn't, like I said, again, the intention. The intention was just a celebratory thing, something nice I wanted to do for everyone. Man, a ball hockey is getting beat up by crackheads on milk crates. That you're not too far from the truth, honestly. The some of the ball hockey crowd, especially in these lower divisions, now that we got dropped down, it gets kind of rough. The clientele that it caters to, especially the area that I live in, it's not terrible, but it's not the nicest. So you can tell like a lot of alcohol induced rage comes out in these little beer league games, and some people take it way more seriously than they're meant to. But don't worry, chat. I'm gonna score a guaranteed goal tonight, or We're gonna do next stream, or not this. Yeah, next stream I'll give 5 subs if I don't score a goal. That's a promise from me to you. I don't take it too seriously, but I gotta motivate myself to score. Either way, it's a win-win. You know, I reward the community, or I get a goal, and I look like the hero. But yeah, Pimu, for some reason, it was hard to find your channel name because there's a lot of other things under the same name, but I'm glad I found it. Are you talking about Bevo or Uncharted Travel? Uncharted Travel, I know there's obviously the Uncharted game, and that's when I was first creating the channel. I was like, fuck, like my channel is going to be super overshadowed by the Uncharted game. And I wasn't wrong. Like there's definitely a lot of people, especially they clicked on the thumbnails and they're like, man, I thought this was a video game. Like this guy's just out here in abandoned places. What is this? Like I got a lot of those comments in the start, but then it kind of started to snowball a little bit. The worst was when I finally thought I did something original when I created my Alone series. It was like 3 weeks after I released the first Alone and it blew up and started doing really well, that I think it was the History Channel released their Alone series. Whatever they did, the survival challenge. Oh yeah, you can see my blood blister on my thumb right now from gardening out back. It's weeding season and I went a little bit too ham and got a blister from my shovel. But yeah, it was like 3 weeks after my Alone video started blowing up. I was like, oh, this is sick. Like I'm the only one really like that has this name. I rank really high in the search engines. All these videos are doing so well. And then I forget what TV station it was, but they're like, yeah, we're doing an Alone survival challenge where all these people are going to survive by themselves and see who will be the last. And I was like, fuck. Like there goes my rankings in the search engine, because this is obviously it's on big televised show and it blew up and it outranked and sunk all my Alone videos, which kind of sucked. But yeah, I'm glad you guys found me. Glad you guys found either me, the Bevo channel, or my other channel, Uncharted Travel. And I'm very glad that to this day you guys are still watching, you know? Even though I don't know, I'm just some average Joe Schmo doing whatever I want on the internet. Glad you guys are here, checking me out and joining for the journey. So I think I skipped some comments there. It seems really time consuming, so it sucks if it isn't what you expected. Talking about ball hockey, or sorry, I know I kind of rambled for a bit, or oh, the Alone series. Yeah, it's a bit demoralizing if I like go to the places and then get shut down. But I mean, I still have the urban exploring spirit. I've been doing like very small and getting my feet back into the mix, doing like little houses on the side of the road, kind of how I started out, and appreciating those kinds of things. And now I have a couple locations in mind that I definitely do want to get around to filming. It's just a matter of me getting out there and actually getting it done for you guys. I have about 6 videos for Uncharted Travel filmed, including the 2 that I filmed when I was on the road with Dan Bell, the motel and the prison, which I think will make good videos. But the prison, I haven't looked at the footage because I'm so scared that it's all going to be garbage. Because when I was in that prison with Dan, I was more concerned for our safety and making sure this guy who was like stalking us wasn't like, didn't have any ill intentions towards us, versus like me actually trying to frame out a good shot. I was just kind of like watching our backs. But if you haven't seen that video, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, on Dan's, I think it's on his, I don't know if it's on his main channel or his Film It channel. He recently released a 2-piece exploration video where we explored both the prison and the motel on our road trip. Any summer trips planned? I've been trying to organize something with Jake. Obviously, with him starting his Bright Sun Travels channel, he's been very which, by the way, he stole part of Uncharted Travel's name, and I'll never forgive him. No, I'm just kidding. I wish him all the best, and I'm glad that his channel's taking off. But with him doing that channel, he's been out of town like a lot recently. So even trying to schedule just like a meetup for drinks has been tough. But hopefully we can plan some road trip in the summer. And I know Dan wants to do something in a couple months, so I got a couple options. Got some stuff lined up. I know Dan wants to kind of cut down south and cut across the southern border along the states there. When are you watching a movie on stream with Dan next? I haven't confirmed yet, Rob, but I'm going to try and get, Colin says, you'll hear when Toronto scores. Oh God, will I ever? But I have nothing solid yet, Rob. I'm going to try and get him out for Thursday, where we can potentially review some of his content, some of my content, just shoot the shit, talk, because we might have to give the public domain movies a break for a little bit, at least until the last stream we had. For those of you who missed it, Dan and I were reacting to it was Manos Hands of Fate, which is a perfectly fine public domain film that you can watch on stream without any issues. But I think some people were like false flagging or reporting it, so the stream ended up getting shut down. So we'll review some of Dan and I's content in the future. Score a goal or do a shoey of whiskey. I mean, I do have some Gretzky whiskey, so I definitely could do. We'll say we'll pour like 3 shots into a shoey and do a triple shot shoey. Amanda says you better score. She doesn't want to see any more shoeys. You guys are getting 5 subs. He doesn't score. Fuck you, Colin. Okay, you know what? We'll say a goal or 2 assists. Because to be fair, Colin always scores the goals. I pass the ball. But lately, I've been on a bit of a hot streak with scoring. So I don't know what's up. You never know. Could bury a couple here. Why are your hockey games so late? It's because it's beer leagues, Jack, and like we're in a lower division, so they kind of gave us the worst of the times. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But we only have one more 10 p.m. game, and then the rest of our games are at like 7 or 8, which is nice. Uncharted Travel is you. First I've heard of it. Yes, Shrove Tuesday. That is my my main channel. I've kind of been on a hiatus, but yeah, if you have any questions regarding any of the videos, any of the Alones that I've done, any of the other explores that I've done, anything I've collaborated with Dan or Jake, that's kind of why I know Dan and Jake so well, is because well, Jake, we met a long time ago, back before his channel even had 100,000 subscribers. We'd go out and film some abandoned places, and he actually helped convince me to sort of start Uncharted Travel and get it going, and kind of talked me into the YouTube life. And then Dan, we met in 2016 on a Detroit road trip, urban exploring. I think I had about 7,000 subscribers around that time. But yeah, I run the Uncharted Travel channel. I know it's been a little bit at a bit of a place of limbo recently, but it will be coming back. I have some stuff planned for it. It's just a matter of me feeling kind of ready to get back into the urban exploring and that sort of mindset again. Hello, Sarah. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Hello, Jeff. Hope you're having a wonderful night too, my friend. I appreciate you guys coming by. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on the comments here. He's growing weed in his garden, guys, calling it Shoey Haze. No Afflat. Okay, you know what? We need to play. If you guys have heard of the game Schedule 1, I feel like I want to put that on stream every now and again. We've been playing it a bit with my friends, and it's so much fun. But no, in my garden, I currently am murdering some hydrangeas, which I'm not intending to. My dogwood is flourishing along with my Japanese maple, and I have some dapper willows back there. Little rose barberry I relocated 2 years ago is doing just fine. But right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all the weeds out. Not weed as in the marijuana plant, Afflad. Weeds as in like elephant leaves or elephant ears or like dandelions and stuff. Because when I got this house here, they did not tend to the backyard at all, and it was like a jungle. Like the grass was like up to my, in its tallest parts, it was like up to the upper chest, and its short, like average was probably around my hip height, so probably about like 3 feet or so. But it was just crazy. So I've beat all that brush back. The sod was doing well, but then it kind of got invaded by this random invasive, like creeping Charlie plant that suffocated the whole center portion of my grass. So I've been throwing sod down and trying to weed my lawn. Maybe I'll do a gardening stream one of these days. I can show you guys I'm not growing drugs. I'm not making crystal meth. I'm not growing drugs. I'm just trying to make my backyard look nice. Okay? I think Omar Gosh TV did a whole Alone series that was about Paranormal 2. Yeah, I mean, the Alone series on my channel isn't necessarily like, I don't try and lean into the paranormal aspect of things, because I myself am very skeptical when it comes to paranormal. But I mean, obviously with these abandoned places, noises do happen. I don't definitively say what I think it is or what I think it isn't, kind of thing. I just kind of roll the camera and let the audience interpret what happened, because for me, like, I would love if the paranormal existed, because then that'd be like, you know, like magic exists in the world. But for me, it's like I can't personally like accept paranormal until I like see something that is like definitively I can say, okay, that was like not real, or that was not uh like fake, that was paranormal, that was like something that I can't explain. Cause like if I hear a noise down the hallway, I could be like, oh, okay, that was the house shifting or the wind blowing through the windows, or like a rock falling, because abandoned places make a lot of ambient noise. But if I saw like a chair get levitate and like get thrown at me, I'd be like, okay, yeah, ghosts exist, like 100%. And I would love that because that would be so fucking cool. But right now, I remain on the fence. I'm skeptical. I'm not saying they do exist. I'm not saying they don't. But I think that's honestly a good sort of vantage point to have in these sorts of scenarios. Because there's a lot of like, I'm not calling anyone out here, but there's a lot of paranormal investigators that I think play into the paranormal side a lot and have big overreactions because they think that's what people want to see, or that's what will get them views or whatever. But no, like if you just go at night and film an abandoned place, there could be plenty of instances that you film on camera that people could say are paranormal, people could say aren't paranormal, and it generates a good, healthy discussion. Like in my Alone series, for example, there's plenty of noises and bumps in the night, but you don't know, like, for example, in the mining settlement, you don't know if it was pack rats dragging things around in the basement of that wooden area, or if it was the spirit of an old miner. I don't know. I can't say it was one thing or wasn't one thing because I didn't see anything. But I mean, you get the one element, the sound, and it kind of generates a bit of healthy discussion. But yeah, that's why I think Alone is just like, it's just kind of like a raw sort of like skeptical perspective where I don't say, oh my God, guys, did you hear that? That must have been like old miner Bill. I'm just like, what was that? It sounded like dragging metal across the floor or something like that. Not as monotone and devoid of life as that, but you get my point. I think a channel sharing a name with a hugely popular video game would just increase visibility. That's true, Rob. And I mean, it is potential because, like I said, there were people that found my channel expecting to find like Uncharted videos or something like that. It's just the problem is you don't want to create a channel that doesn't deliver what it promises, if that makes sense. So, like for example, Uncharted Travel, I was afraid that when people found Uncharted videos, they wouldn't be interested in my videos because they were just there for the Uncharted gameplay or whatever. So it's kind of generating those false views, or not necessarily false views, but bad views, because they click on and they click off and you get that like 0.5 seconds of retention and it hurts your videos in the search engine, which I was afraid of. But a lot of people, because they like Uncharted, and Uncharted's about exploring abandoned structures, they could kind of relate and have that loose sort of olive branch to my channel, which I think kind of did help in the end. I don't think there's a new post in a decade, maybe two, Jeff says. Jeff, I'm working on it, okay? I apologize. Uncharted Travel is on a hiatus. I am planning on coming back. I have some stuff filmed for the channel. It's just a matter of me kind of putting it together and like just saying, okay, I want to do another series of uploading segments. It was hard. It was a lot of pressure to keep up like the bi-weekly or however long uploads, and finding a good location every single week. Like I was spending so much time researching, trading, talking to people, and then like you'd go out and you expect to film a location and you get shut out, and it was just like, I don't know, the sustainability of that channel. I was always trying to find a way to make Uncharted Travel more sustainable, and that's where the Alone series kind of came in to kind of branch it to survival camping, which is what eventually I wanted to sort of have a little bit of urban exploration, a little bit of like wilderness survival. I was kind of like dipping my toes in the water, but it was hard. It was a hard sell, especially with like, I released some Killarney videos, some a New Zealand teaser, some stuff like that, but they weren't, people did enjoy them. And by all means, like I loved making them, but I think they were better off on Patreon because for the fact that maybe it wasn't what the whole audience that I had built up on my channel wanted to see. So they didn't perform as well. Stealth camping in the parents' yard is still viable. Yeah, see how long I could get away with stealth camping at my parents' house without them realizing it. That'd be quite something. Can do that legally here, Aflad. Oh, you're talking about growing marijuana? That's very true, very true. Can I get a Leaf score update? And you know how they're doing. Anthony, hey, be setting love for Niagara Falls, New York. Do you remember the Doom games on the computer, and did you like them? I do remember Doom. I remember like when the trend was to be able to play Doom on like every sort of like thing possible. Like there's people playing it on like pregnancy tests, on like anything that had a screen or digital display. People were somehow hacking it to play Doom, and I loved that. I didn't get too involved in the Doomverse, but I did play through like the original Doom for like for a little bit. But it's just a very fun run and gun sort of like dungeon crawling, not dungeon crawling, but uh, shoot 'em bullet hell game. But yes, I very much enjoyed that. Shelby, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm sorry I got to your comment probably so much later than you posted it, but hope you're having a wonderful evening and hope you have a lot of fun stuff planned for the weekend. Ball hockey, when you stand on milk crates and smack each other in the nuts with hockey sticks. Essentially, yes, to some degree, yes, Aflad. That is what happens. It's not the intention. That's not what's supposed to happen in the game. But you know, sometimes fights break out. Sometimes it gets a little bit rough. Jamie with the LOL emoji there or emote there. The prison is on his main, I think. Yes, that's where. Damn, I'm really behind on the comments here. So yeah, the prison video's on Dan's main channel. Good old Niagara Falls, New York. That place is interesting. Gotta love the falls, especially the Canadian side. I always used to take I always used to take a bunch of trips there. It's a lot of fun. How far behind am I? Oh my god, I'm so far behind. I apologize. The prison vids on Dane's Man channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shrove Tuesday. To me, Jeff, it's a completely unwatched channel, all brand new to me. Damn. Are you talking about Uncharted Travel or this Bevo channel here? Because this is, I know this is kind of like entirely different from what I do on Uncharted Travel. Because Uncharted Travel is all urban exploring, and this is just me goofing off in front of a camera with various stuff that I want to do or show or see with you guys. But I'm glad you found the community either way. Shrove Tuesday. Catherine, you and Dan should watch the early Uncharted travel videos next time. Oh my god, my first like 4 videos are awful. They're absolutely abysmal. It's like quite literally me with a GoPro on my head playing music in the background and like nothing else. Like I wasn't thinking about filming. I was just like, I'm just gonna run the GoPro and see what clips I can get from it. But because the GoPro had no audio, because it was such a fucking old GoPro, I just dubbed some whatever royalty-free music I could put over top of it and created that those monstrosities that you see there. So I definitely react to some of the earlier videos, like the ship graveyard. I think was our first viral video, but oh my god, some of my earlier content was just terrible. Might be worth a rewatch. Ever had Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka? Yes, Rob, I have. It's very mediocre vodka to me. It just tastes like Grey Goose, but the whole spiel behind it is just so strange to me. Isn't it like part of like a cult or like his like cult? Like the way he's advertised it or sells it is just like so bizarre. And I mean, obviously they're just like whoever makes or manufactures the Crystal Skull is just using him to like promote it and giving him like compensation or whatever, but it's just such a weird thing that exists. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure it's to promote his cult. I don't know. I could be wrong there. Okay, sorry. Where did I get there? Hello, Alien Train 28. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Crystal Head is great vodka. Amanda likes it. I'm on the fence about it. I mean, I just think it's overpriced for its taste. I don't know. There's plenty of better vodka out there, in my opinion. I would say Bacardi spiced, or Bacardi. No, Bacardi makes rum. My bad. I was gonna say their clear can I really like, but I'm trying to think. I don't really drink too much vodka. I just kind of like get it down as fast as possible. Smirnoff, I mean, that's just diesel fuel. But I'm not a huge vodka drinker. I guess I drink Grey Goose. I drink some Ciroc every now and again. Ciroc also is overpriced, but it's a lot smoother than most vodkas. Vodka should be removed from the earth, Colin says. Shrove Tuesday, have a great sipper vodka. Good price for the empty on eBay. Damn. Oh yeah, for Crystal Skull. Yeah, that's because it's a collector's item. I feel like any unique glass is like very much can sell for something on eBay. We'll be planting a beautiful vegetable garden soon. That's true. We're gonna be self-sustainable. We're gonna be up and running. We're gonna have all the veg. and I'll email or I'll mail some tomatoes to a lucky winner, a lucky viewer on stream, so they can open their mailbox and just have a rotten tomato by the time it gets there. And that's, you know, my love to you guys. Could do a gardening stream. Honestly, not the worst idea. You guys did like the hiking streams, and now that the weather's starting to get warmer, I could actually bring that back. I could actually, there's a lot of trails around here that I want to hike through, and can definitely get outside. We just had our like third consecutive 20-degree day, so I'm very optimistic that the snow is gone. The rain will still probably persist, but who knows? Oh, Colin, it sounds like the Leafs almost scored there. But yeah, you guys seem to really like the hiking streams, and I definitely am keen to get back out there, do some more hiking. I want to potentially do a stealth camping stream. It's just tough because like I don't want to, if somebody's watching it, for them to like call the cops or something. I don't know. And I also got to find a stealth camping spot that could be good enough or have good enough cell reception. So I have a spot in mind. I just need to test if the internet's actually consistent and stable there, and that could be a very fun like longer stream where you guys could see the stealth camp spot. Vodka is the purest of drinks. Nate in the Cosmos. I don't know. I disagree with you on that one. I think I'm a big I don't know. I like gin. I like rum. Scotch. I'm kind of warming up to scotch, but I like a good old fashioned beer. That's my go-to, to be honest. But I do like, I would say I do like a nice rum. That's definitely my drink of choice. Rum and Coke, great. Rum straight, great. Spiced rum, great. Everything, you can't go wrong with a good glass of rum. Can never picture you walking through chest high grass. It was like, I kid you not, the elephant ears were like probably like 2 feet big. Like it was like, if the elephant ears are those weeds that like have really like wide stems, and their ears drape down like elephant ears, and they get water because the elephant ears like create sort of like a cone, and it funnels water to the main stem, and they're just like, if you leave them unchecked, they'll grow like ever big. Like they just don't stop growing, and they're super hard to get out because they're like they have like carrot roots. So essentially, like think of a carrot. They go so far down into the fucking ground that if you don't pull them out in their infancy, you will almost never get them out. And if you don't get 100% of the carrot, like if you get like if you leave like a tiny tip, even like a half a centimeter of the bulb in the ground, it will grow back. It's just like such an intrusive plant. Just like my neighbors, oh my god, they had grapevine planted along their fence, and it like went over the fence, started suffocating my evergreen tree, and started like reached down into through the landscaping tarp into the soil, and started suffocating my dapper willow. And I had to like completely rip it out, rip all the things, weed whack it back, because they eventually pulled it out because it was so invasive. And I had to spend like a full season just trying to get rid of that thing. Japanese maples and pussy willows are your favorite. I have the dapper willows. I like Japanese maples are definitely my favorite kind of tree. I also have some field lilies, which they're beautiful when they bloom, but they only bloom. They're like the orange cup looking flower, but they only bloom for like a couple weeks and then they die, which is sad. Drinks pure vodka on stream all the time. This is not vodka, Vlad. This is water, okay? H2O. I have a hockey game in exactly T-minus an hour and 45 minutes. And I'm not just downing a cup of vodka before that. I will die. Now we all want to see your garden. Jamie, I'll put it on stream. I mean, I definitely could do a gardening stream in the future. It's definitely an option. I'm just very scared because right now it's very shoddy and ugly, and it's not a big backyard. It's very small. But I just need to do some weeding first because the grass all got suffocated last season by this creeping Charlie, and there's an abundance of weeds because I've got maybe 2/3 of the weeds out of the backyard, but there's so much more, and I need to some good tips on lawn care if anyone has any advice. Your garden sounds awesome. Thank you, Catherine. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Colin says, "No, you don't. It's chaos." Yeah, it's kind of bad where I have my patio set right now. because I was planning on putting cutting in, and I eventually want to put a hot tub in the backyard, and that's why we were collecting for the eventual hot tub fund, which I need to get now that I know how to make those donation meters work, keep it consistent in the stream on as like an interface that you guys can see, so we can eventually do a hot tub stream. But we cut back a bunch of the patio stone to lay like an 8x8 pad, and right now my patio sits on top of skids, so it's not the most scenic. Then you can get a ghost to 10-year garden free labor. That's true, A77. That's true. If they could pick up their like spectral tools and weed the garden, or they could possess the weeds and kill all the weeds for me, that'd be fantastic. It's tomato season in the UK. Weather has just changed. Time to put the baby plants outside. Yeah, I'm actually my nonna at her house, she has some seedlings. We usually grow a pretty frivolent tomato garden in her backyard. Usually roughly I'd say like 20 to 30 plants that we have going at any given time. They're just baby seedlings right now, because they have to get like a certain height before you can actually start weaving them around stuff to get them to grow properly. But tomato season has just begun. The harvest season is usually in September, and that's when we start making our homemade tomato sauce, which is fantastic. Hey, Colin, the Chaos Ass character. That's true, Catherine, but I'm just so embarrassed of my garden right now. It's so bad. I want to make it look a little bit better. What's your Alone series? A separate channel? It's so the Alone series, Shrove Tuesday, that is a series I do on the Uncharted Travel channel. The videos, any videos you see on that channel, titled Alone. Basically the premise is I go into abandoned places by myself and I spend the night there. So, and like I basically spend the first bit of the video, the sort of the adventure part, getting to these, because I usually pick pretty isolated, desolate locations, getting to those locations. Then the second part of the video is usually finding, exploring a bit of the location and like searching for the optimal place to set up camp. Then the next part of the video is me setting up camp. And then the part following that is usually the nighttime, and what, like anything that ensues in the nighttime, because I try to do a little bit of a night explore for the more entertaining, creepy aspect of things. And then I eventually try and go to bed. I usually get about 2 hours of sleep every time I film these things, so I'm like dying. But then I go to bed, wake up the next morning, and then it's about me getting out and just like briefing what happened and how I felt. Bumps in the night. Have you seen those walking across countries in straight line videos? Yes, by GeoWizard. I thought that was honestly such a genius idea. It's just every country over here around me is fucking massive. So I was like debating, I was like, maybe I could do like a walking across Ontario in a straight line or something. But even Ontario is fucking massive. Like the UK or like Ireland or something, you could walk across in like a number of days. Like I feel like Ontario, if I did like one point to another, it'd be like a month. It'd be crazy. Yeah, by GeoWizard. Sorry, I saw your second comment there. I'm just heckling. Glad you got a good sense of humor. Of course, Jeff. I love you, man. I miss you. I'm sorry. I know I'm not super active on my socials, but just know that you are cherished, my friend. Channel 76, team up with Steve Wallace. That would be really cool. Oh, Dan's in here. Sorry. I'm sorry, Dan. I'm so far behind on the comments here. I apologize. How long ago did he comment that? Let me see if I can see a timestamp. No, I can't, but I hope you're still in here, Dan. Just know that oh, did I just freeze my chat? Okay. I see him in here, and I apologize, Dan. I'm not ignoring you, I swear. Okay, wait. There we go. Because Dan goes, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta jump back up to the other comments here. Hi, how are you? Vinny says, love the channel. Thank you, Vinny. I love you too. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday night. Or Tuesday night, sorry. It's the beginning of the week. My bad. Dan, if you're hearing this and you want to do some reacting to our old content on Thursday, I am more than happy to do that. We'll be live again Thursday, probably around 8 o'clock, I'm thinking. But 0-0 end of the first for the Leafs game update. Thank you. Did you ever explore the Don Valley Brickworks before it was refurbished? How about Hearn Generating Station? I have been to both Glockenspiels. So I assume you're a Toronto or like at least Ontario local. The Don Valley Brickworks, before I even was like posting my photos to Instagram. That was like one of the first explores. I did Darnley Mill, which was like an old mill. It's still standing to this day. I could always maybe go back to their first stream, because that could be fun. I could show you my first abandoned place I ever explored. It's just like basically an old stone ruin. And then Don Valley Brickworks was another one. But that Don Valley Brickworks was cool. Back when I explored it, it was like had a lot of stuff still inside. Hearn Generating Station, I went twice, got caught once because they had motion sensors there. And actually, because I work in film, there was a shooting day we did there, so I was able to legally walk around and check out Hearn Generating Station, and had access to some parts that I hadn't even seen before when I was in there. But that was that was pre-film era too. I think I filmed it on like a shitty GoPro as well, but I was just so embarrassed with the footage I couldn't do anything with it. But yeah, that was old school, as well as another classic Toronto abandoned place was the Wellington Street Destructor. That was like my favorite abandoned place of all time for the longest time. I think I have a couple videos of it on my channel, or like maybe a 2-part explore, but it had a great view of the Toronto skyline on the roof. And then inside there was all, it was cleared out the second time I went back, but there used to be all this old trash because it was essentially an incinerator for the city, where they'd melt down like metals and stuff like that people had recycled or wanted to recycle. But that was one of my favorite places that I cherished. Ever ball hockey on top of a roof? Ever play ball hockey on top of a roof like in the movie Clerks? I can't say I have, Rob, but it would definitely be interesting. We usually stick to the street or the rink. Hello, Alien Train. Hope you're doing well. Love the Dan Bell stuff too. Doc, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I really appreciate it. Donations are never mandatory, but they're always appreciated. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday night, my friend. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, wherever you're doing or whatever you're doing. But I'm glad you stopped by to say hi. Ray has a bookstore in New York. Are you talking about from Trailer Park Boys? I love Trailer Park Boys, Ray. Bourbon. Jeff's a bourbon guy, I can tell. Op64, elephant ears are the best plant. They're good if they're controlled, but when they're a weed, which, I mean, any flower can be a weed. A weed is just a flower in the wrong place. But when the elephant ears are sprouting up through your lawn, it's like, oh my God, I got to get rid of these things. But I have seen a tasteful garden of elephant ears where somebody planted like a nice arrangement of them. They're just, I don't know. I don't want them in my garden. Weeds have such interesting names. I know. I don't know who names these things. Wisteria, David Welling says. It's like a magical land back there. Americans love Canada, and we love you, Brandon. Thank you, D. Kazimi. I love you too, my friend. Dan comes in with a "you wop bastard." I didn't see that was your first text, but that's hilarious. Would you be up for a random video editor to mess around with some unreleased stuff? Shrove Tuesday enjoys the unsettling side of exploration. He's also been made recently redundant, so he has time. No, I'm sorry to hear about that, Shrove Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, I am more than welcome to. You can also rip any like videos off of my Uncharted Travel channel if you want to remix them, or any of the streams on this channel if you want to remix them and play around with them. You feel free to do that. I don't mind. I can definitely see if we can set up something where I can send you some unreleased footage of various places. It's probably going to be a mess because like every time I shoot, I have like shooting scripts that I just like write out. Let me see if I actually have one. I think I have my old shooting scripts. No, this is for school. I think somewhere. It might be at my parents' house, but I have my old binder of shooting script duotang. No, it's another duotang for work. But let me see. Is this one? No. More school stuff. But basically, I used to record like chicken scratch for each clip that I would record, and then I'd storyboard. It was a big process. Having a little vodka to calm his nerves. It's not vodka. What is this home and gardens? I'm fucking telling the people about my garden, Dan, okay? You gotta come up here so you can see it in real life. It's a good garden. I'm taking care of it. I'm trying to get the weeds out. Can you even see the YouTube comments? I'm working on it. I'm making my way down. I'm trying to speed run it. It's not reading them. We've been completely abandoned. I'm not abandoning you, Op64. I swear. I'm just a rambler, okay? I'm just a rambler. Everybody's saying hello to Dan. Okay, here we go. He says, what the fuck? Team Triple Dent. Hello, Bevo. Hello, Dan Bell. Hello, Team Triple Dent. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my friend. A77 every Saturday next month. Hell yeah. Dan, there's something that I've been trying to tell you. There's a confession coming on here. I've seen his video on Diamond Point Plaza. Was that the most recent mall video that he did? I'm not too sure. But you're located in Ontario, Peterborough area. I used to explore a lot in Toronto and Hamilton back in the day. Nice. Well, I wouldn't recommend going there now, but in my old Uncharted Travel video, the clockmaker's house that I filmed is kind of not in Peterborough, but in that like in your sort of neck of the woods there. But the neighbors are very actively watching that location. And when I took Bros of Decay and Explomo there, we kind of overstayed our welcome and ran into a bit of trouble with the neighbors. They've I don't think Explomo ever posted their video on it, but I know Bros of Decay posted their video on it. But I showed them around a couple places when they came down here to Ontario. If you ever heard of those channels, they're two pretty prominent urban exploring channels and good guys. There's so many other YouTubers I'd love to see you collaborate with. Steve Wallace and the Hell on Earth guy being the first. Damn, I gotta look. I think Hell on Earth. I think I've seen some of Hell on Earth's content, but I haven't looked into him too much. Steve Wallace would be amazing to collaborate with. I feel like he's a very laid back guy, and I like his camping style. Plant bamboo. I've heard, isn't bamboo pretty invasive, David? I don't know if it can grow in our climate, but it would be pretty cool to have a little bamboo garden. Bro got that open IP. Oh no, what are you talking about, Aflad? I don't know what you're talking about. But Diamond Point was once a plaza with Chuck E. Cheese and an Ames department store. Oh, did Dan go and do a video there? That's sounds like an interesting place right up my alley. Love the abandoned Ames. I've only ever been to one, but it was very cool. There, I'm catching up on the comments now. I apologize, guys. Not the clock factory. It was a clockmaker's house. Not the factory though. It was I think I called it the Clockmaker's Time Capsule House on my channel. But yeah, loved it. Loved the live movie stream. Need more. And yes, you got to have a live Saturday. Yeah. Dan and I have been recording a series of podcasts on his Patreon. And then he comes on my channel every now and again, and we do some live content here. So got lots of stuff, and we're planning hopefully a trip in a couple months where we can do some filming. Norton almost puked from the canned beaver. Had been in tears. What are you watching, Norton? Oh, fair. I feel ya, Flat. I feel you, my friend. 2 years ago, because this plaza was long since demolished. Oh, okay. I know. I remember we visited it in abandoned Ames. I wonder if it was the same one. If it was in the Baltimore area, then maybe I've been there. I'm not 100% sure though. Chicken script sounds golden. It's late here in the UK, 1:30 a.m. I'll reach out. Love your energy and Dan's. I know you're here. Editing style, I know your editing style, no pressure. Thank you, Shrove. I appreciate it. And yeah, whatever we can keep in touch. I'll see if I can send you some clips to mess around with, or if you just want to play around with existing content, feel free to do that. Yeah, it's all love around here. I've recreated the whole thing from inside out in a video game, so anyone can explore it, even dedicated to Dan. That's awesome. Was it like Rust or like a sandbox game like Minecraft or something? It's very cool, Team Triple Dent. You have to order some canned Mongolian beaver. That's the next major punishment. Aflad, that fucking terrifies me. I have no idea what canned Mongolian beaver is, what it tastes like, or even if it's even edible. It sounds like a disastrous thing to do. I will definitely be researching that before I commit to it. But we shall see. But yeah, if anyone has any ideas or things because like I said, part of the stream, I want to try and create. We have at least 3 new emoji slots to fill out for our channel members. If anyone has any things that they want to see as a channel emote or want to have as a channel emote, I can definitely try and make that happen right now. If there's any channel moments that you want, or any like pictures or videos, maybe, I don't know, a weird pose or a weird quote or even like an image of anything, I can try and make it. I'm a pretty big paint.net aficionado, and I'll try my best to design your little icon. It's like, oh yeah, those are I think Oh, are those some of the is that what app is that? Are those default to YouTube, Vinny, or are they? I think there's also like a better emotes.tv or something that I was that I hooked up to this channel. I'm not sure. I had FRS do it. He's big into that sort of thing that adds a couple more emotes to the live chat. It's like a sandbox game similar to Roblox. I don't know if you've heard of the game. It's called Rec Room. I can't say. Is that the one where it's like a pixelated style game where the or no, that's I'm thinking of like Teardown or something like that, where it's like pixelated, but the physics are like insane, so you can like break every aspect of any map you make or something like that. I think that's called Teardown though. Afraid of a Mongolian canned beaver sounds rich coming from the dude with the iron stomach. Okay, I don't think I've ever had beaver, Catherine. I don't think I ever wanted to try beaver. I don't know. I did, like that's not a Canadian delicacy. You know, we just watch the little guys make their homes over here. We don't think we go, oh, that brown furry thing that lives in the swamp looks tasty. Uh, I don't know. And a Mongolian variant at that. Mongolian grill is good. I like their noodles that they make, but my God, what the fuck is a Mongolian canned beaver? The fact that it's canned too, that just sounds like a British thing. I swear to God. Big paint guy over here. Of course. I got my paint untitled paint ready to go right now. Any plans for another cooking stream? We are waiting in anticipation. I honestly do have some plans coming up. I know one of the ideas that I have that I really want to implement. I've seen TikToks of people doing like trying to bake like a cake or something, but they're only allowed to use the gripper claws. I want to try and potentially do that, and maybe have our friend Guy Fieri lead us along the way, seeing how if we can try and make some sort of delicacy, what kind of messes we create, and then taste testing it all afterwards. But unfortunately, I just cleaned out my fridge of all the rotten ingredients, so I gotta wait until my stock builds up a little more, so we have some at least a couple rotten things that we can throw into our foods there for you guys to enjoy. Rock and roll Thai. Yeah, rock and roll Thai. He's gonna make that rock and roll salad. I got some brand new chef bibs for us too that we can get going. Some new style. But that was a very fun stream that we did very early on in this channel's life. If you missed that stream, I did edit it down to like a 40-minute video, so it's a little bit more digestible. But it basically we got the AI Guy Fieri who was also bipolar and crazy and wanted us to use unconventional cooking tools like shovels and garden shovels and jackhammers and swords and stuff to cook our delicacies with. Coached us through baking a main, which was pierogies, a side, which was like a rock and roll salad with chips and beans and olives and all kinds of terrible things. And then we made a bean cake for dessert, and they were all 10 out of 10s. So if you haven't watched that, the video's on our channel. But yes, I do have plans for another cooking stream. It's just a matter of setting up the logistics of when we can get everyone together in the same room. Smooth, realistic shaped, and with good effects and visuals. You can make friends, create and play games, and a whole lot of other cool things. Damn, sounds awesome. I'll have to look into that. It's called Rec Room. It's just like sandbox, like mini games kind of thing. I used to love doing that. If it's I used to love Halo Forge mode. If you ever played with that at all, I always used to make custom zombies or race maps for my friends. Spent a lot of time. Just had to have the creative spirit. You need to eat the soft shell crab. I mean, I that could be a punishment. To be fair, I'm not one for shellfish. That's like my kryptonite. Like mussels, clams, crabs, lobster. I don't. It's not that I like all I'm allergic or anything. I've never. It's a texture thing. I've never agreed with the texture. I just like I don't know. I don't like the taste really. I just my body just doesn't reject it, but I just like it's like eating something you don't like. You know, I've just never really liked or enjoyed shellfish. And I know everyone's like, oh, it's so good, the shrimp or crab or lobster or whatever, you put butter on it, it's like delicious. And I'm just like, as much as I enjoy it, it's or as much as I would think that I could potentially enjoy it, I just don't. And there's so many other foods that I'd reach for first, but to each their own. I'm not trying to knock the shellfish thing. Not unfortunate at all. Stop collecting rotten food for the love of God. I'm not collecting rotten food. I collect regular food and then it becomes rotten. And then we save it for special occasions like the cooking stream. Like those rotten grapes, they were really the icing on the cake. Quite literally, because we topped our cake with rotten grapes. And then we made the rotten smorgasbord of the death juice, which that was the worst thing out of everything we made. It was like curdled Malibu and like just hot sauce, ketchup. Ugh. Thinking about it gives me the shivers. But we'll be back at it soon enough with more good eats like that. Bro got them fish in his fridge like he found that in that ADR episode. That was fucked. That one. So for those of you who don't know, well, I'm sure you guys know ADR. It was a series that I used to do with Dan, where we'd go and inspect, try and find the worst motels across America. There was one room in particular where there was like somebody had left sardines in the freezer of the mini fridge in the motel, and we fucking there was times where we like heated up and it was just like fucking rancid and disgusting. And I don't even remember the whole interaction. I just remember the pungent odor that came as soon as we de-thawed that thing. It was disgusting. The fridge kind of kept it dormant and like you couldn't smell it, but like, oh my God. The second it got new life, it was terrible. And also the Plaza recreation, you're tagged in it too. Thank you, Team Triple Den. I appreciate it. I'd like to see if you, I don't have Rec Room right now, but if you're a member of our Discord, you can share. We have a gaming channel or a gaming like chat channel where you can share images. People share their gaming accomplishments or games they want me to try, various things. But if anyone wants to join our Discord or has Discord, our community Discord link is in the description below. Also, if you're enjoying this Q&A, please feel free to leave a like. Let me know I'm doing a good job. I like you guys. I hope you like me. So I hope you leave a like for little old me. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. The AI assisted cooking was great. I know. I got to bring back our AI. I still have, I wonder what the last, let me see where our image is. Because I have, oh, it's Guy Fieri. When did we have Guy Fieri? Was that there's no way that was the last AI we did. Maybe we brought him back for something. But basically, I had like this little AI guy here that would pop up when he was talking, and then he'd pop away when he wasn't talking, and he'd like shake according to the audio sounds. But I developed a program kind of modeled after, if anyone here has watched Doug when he has like his AI bots that he'd talk to. You give it a personality in its like code, like you can write like has bipolar disorder, will react angrily if you give it the wrong name, kind of stuff like that. And you say like, you are Guy Fieri, the world-renowned chef, and you're trying to help people bake a cake, but you can't tell them to use anything that's a conventional cooking tool, what I think I gave them the prompt. And then basically I talk into a program called Microsoft Azure, or like my program kind of ties all these programs together, but I talk, and using a program called Microsoft Azure, I generate my text to speech, and then the program takes that text, throws it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT generates a response. Then the program takes that response, puts it through to 11 Labs, and 11 Labs, I have the celebrity voice of my choosing set for that. Set for the AI Guy Fieri or whatever, and then it'll read that back in that AI voice, and you'll see the image pop up like this and shake as he's like talking to me. So that's kind of the magic behind it working there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Nathan, I love both channels. You will be successful in the future. Thank you, my friend. Nathan, you're a real one. You've been here since day one. You've only shown love and support, and I love you back, bro. I hope you are able to win one of, if not the next, channel membership giveaway, because you truly are just a genuine guy, my friend. I appreciate you. Halo 3 Forge map back in the day, pure nostalgia. Oh my God. I liked Reach because like there was a lot more variability, and like you can make items floating without having to stack things on top of each other and then delete everything underneath. But I remember this specific moment in my childhood. It was me, my one friend Jamie, and his older brother and his older brother's friend. We spent the whole day, I kid you not, it was like an 8-hour session in his basement building the best racetrack like for Halo that we have ever built. We spent so much time on it, testing it, everything. And then when we finally completed like everything and were satisfied with the map, my buddy Jamie went into like the visual effects and dropped a blurry effect ball somewhere in the map, and it fucked the whole map up. You couldn't see shit no matter where you were going. And because he dropped the ball and it just like rolled away off a cliff somewhere, we could not find it. And we searched for like another hour until eventually we gave up and just had to scrap the entire map. We spent like 8 hours or 8.5 hours probably realistically on this map, and it was just a huge waste of time. But yeah, also if you guys have image suggestions for the channel emotes, you can feel free to post them on in our Discord, which is linked in the description below, and I can always turn those into emotes for our channel members. So whatever you guys, honestly, we have 3 open slots right now. If we get 5 more members, which if I gift 5, we will unlock our 10th slot. That's if I don't score tonight at hockey in 45 minutes. But I definitely want to get those channel member icons going, and then sooner or later I want to do maybe a gardening stream, could be a channel member stream. I don't know. I want to do some more channel member content where I'll post like images, or maybe I'll send some before I do a gardening stream. The channel members will see it first because I'll post some images of the garden in the channel members only section or whatever on my channel. But yeah, not that becoming a channel member is required or anything. I just want to build this community, you know? I want to get our emotes up. What did Amanda say here? I'll make you a spicy seafood boil and you'll have to eat the entirety of it on stream. Oh my God. I nearly died during the Minecraft stream when I had to eat like the second layer of hell hot sauce. That nuked my entire stomach. And like the next day, I think like it felt like my toilet seat was on fire. It was, sorry if that was TMI, but it was terrible. Brennan is a food hoarder. I'm not a food hoarder, Jack. I just get, being in a very Italian family, I try not to waste food, but I get so many leftovers, and I keep telling them my fridge is full. I cannot eat all this. That some things just get pushed to the back of the fridge and forgotten about. I'm sure some other people have a similar issue. So like sometimes you'll be like, oh, I forgot that I had this like thing of turkey since Thanksgiving, and now that was 3 months ago, and it's like grown its own colony in there. Just happens. It's a jambalaya. Exactly, Vinny. The Rec Room has tons of topics like for the games, like horror, hangout, quests. Damn, I gotta look into this. It sounds like it could be an interesting stream. I know I've gotten a lot of requests to play Roblox games, specifically, oddly enough, a game called Dress to Impress, which I think is about like fashion or something like that. I mean, I'm not a very fashionable guy myself. You know, you see me just in an Element hoodie, plain gray t-shirt, and headphones, and I'm wearing sweats right now. I'm not going to show you the dogs, but just black sweats. My fashion isn't the greatest, but we'll see. If you guys really do want me to play Dress to Impress, maybe I'll do that on their stream. Pajama Sam was the last AI, wasn't he? Potentially. I remember, to my knowledge, I thought it was going to be the Taco Bell trivia taco, because when I played Outlast, every time the Taco Bell bell rang, I had to ask the Taco Bell, Timmy the magical trivia taco for some Taco Bell trivia, and if I got it wrong, then I think I had to have a beer. I remember getting like hammered off that stream. But that's another stream. We got to do another drinking stream too. That one was, I went a little bit too much too fast, but that was a lot of fun as well. I think I had, in the span of like 2.5 hours, I think I had like 9 tall boys for one of the streams. It was bad. Also, if you see the video of the recreation, make sure to take some screenshots, some of the exterior and interior, and send it to Dan. Of course. I always love when people make sort of content or any sort of art or anything revolving around any sort of works that we've done. I know there's some people that have done some illustrations. I know Catherine's done some nice drawings. I'm trying to think of some other names of people, but there's a lot of people that do fun little comics, little cartoons, or even just like Photoshop memes of me or Dan or Jake or whatnot. It's always fun and nice to see those kinds of things happening. Doug, the balding man. Exactly. That the last AI thing you did was either Pajama Sam or Uncle Gary from the D&D campaign. That could be it too, honestly. Could be Uncle Gary from the D&D campaign. I want to do another choose your own adventure too. Like I feel like that could be a lot of fun. Uh, with more audience input, because that's just an easy thing. You guys like vote on a little poll or something. Jamie says, I miss Uncle Gary. I want to put together a more comprehensive campaign for you guys. It's tough because I'm currently, I think I've briefly talked about, I'm running my own D&D campaign, and I'm kind of like doing so much world building and storyboarding and like planning for that world that like that's taken up a lot of my like creative time right now, because I'm DMing that world. But I definitely want, it would be fun to do like a continual series of like D&D for the chat, for the stream, where you guys can occasionally like jump in, play characters if you want to play one of the characters, do some roles, all that fun stuff. That, because I did have a lot of fun doing that, and I feel like it would be in the future potentially a fun series to do. Like, so that's one thing we haven't really done in the channel. We've done repeat streams, but you don't have sort of like that channel series. So I gotta find that thing that you guys really like, and if it's D&D, then it could be the way to go. Doc Slothington says same. He like Doc. I'm glad you liked the D&D series. If maybe I'll put a poll in the community post on my channel later to like today or this week or something, and then if it's something that the community is genuinely interested in, I'll start writing maybe a comprehensive story for a campaign that we can have running throughout multiple sessions, and maybe we'll do it like every Thursday or something like that. We'll see what we can get up to. But yeah, because I have just started to kind of dive into the deep end of D&D, and I'm really enjoying playing it. I love both Dan Bell and your work. Thank you, David. Appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate it. Close up emote of your dimples. Could do something like that. I'll just have like one dimple. I don't know. See if I can screen grab that in a second. Should get some ideas and create a poll. We could do that. Good old polio. We have 3 slots. So I mean, we could always like just fill the 3 slots and overwrite other things and like take a vote and see what we can do here. But I'll see if I can do a dimple here. Grand Theft Auto 6, my friend. Unfortunately, that game's not out yet, Vinny, but we'll get around to it. When it comes out, I'm sure you'll see it on the channel. Maybe we'll do some Grand Theft Auto RP. I remember the 14 beer stream. I can't remember which stream that was, but yes, I do remember buying a case of 30 and thinking, oh, okay, this will be enough beers for like the weekend. And then I remember drinking 14 of those 30 beers in one stream, and I was like, that's a lot for 3 hours. It's a bit of a problem. Dan and the Chemical Lady to choose your own adventures. Yes, we could definitely do something like that. We could definitely incorporate like a lot of the lore from this universe and have a big fun adventure. Was it the fall? Yes, I think it was the Fall Guys one. It was every time we started a race mini game. You're right, Aflad. So for that stream, that I think that was probably the drunkest or second drunkest I've ever gotten on stream. But every time we started a race mini game, which happens very frequently, I would have to chug half of a beer before I could even start playing the game. And our goal was to get first. And I'm pretty sure every time we got eliminated, I had to drink. There was a lot of stipulations, but I ended up drinking a lot. I really should have play tested the rules before I just kind of dove into it. But we just kind of sent it, and it was a fun interaction for everyone. Let me grab a screen grab real quick of my dimple here. That's our first suggestion for emotes. I mean, this is my big one. I got small one on this side, my real dimple on this side. Something. Oh God, I have a really bad side profile, but this is for you, chat. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Now let me throw that. I've got our paint here, paint.net here. Let me start this. And then Control V. There it is. There's our screen grab of my dimple. And we got to make the ratio 1-to-1 in order for emotes to work. But we'll factor it down right now. Pain Anonymous Backman says, man, I miss the good old Brennan going, that's fucking disgusting on ADR. I know. It's the good old days. we could reminisce in the glory days. But Dan and I are trying to brainstorm. We're trying to work on something, a new project to come out. But it was a lot of fun. Dan and I still shoot the shit on the podcast on this channel sometimes. And I mean, I'm going back to visit him in a couple months, so it'll be a lot of fun. We need you dancing in the dress. I think we have me doing a shoey in a dress. Maybe I'll go back to that stream and I'll see if I can find a still for that. Remind me what stream that was, Affled, because I can't remember what the end of it is, and then we'll go to it and I'll scrub through and see if we can find a good frame. Best day ever. Amanda says, oh God. She likes the dimple. Still have those old books from the 80s. Choose Your Adventure and D&D. Same thing. Yeah, the roughly, I mean, Choose Your Own Adventure is kind of like a preset adventure that you're like choosing your way through, and D&D is kind of like guided by like a narrator. So like I would be able to control sort of like not the story direction, but like aspects, and I'd narrate what's happening to you guys. And there's a lot more like combat mechanics and like playthrough stuff like that. Thanks for reading that. Made my night. I'm glad. I hope I did it in my authentic accent for you, Payne. It was Fall Guys. That was the Shuina dress night. Okay. So I'll look into that after. We go to image resize real quick here. We'll go 148 by 148. Oh, don't maintain aspect ratio. 148. Bang, bang, boom. There it is. I don't think we need to do any cropping. I think that looks good. It actually, the aspect ratio, that was a strategy for me to make my nose look smaller. You can see now. I got a nose job in that and look much more handsome. Let me save as here. Let me just switch it over here so you don't see all my D&D files. Oh, actually, you know what? You can see these ones. These are some of the maps that I've been working on. I just didn't want to leak some if it was going to do some internal PC documents or something. But yeah, this is like a cave system. This is like a dungeon here, a little well. This was a NPC character for the party. But yeah, let me now save it as dimple.png. Perfect. Now we'll take that over to our channel, add emoji, upload, grabbing. Sorry, 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay. It's in. There it is. Okay. Dimple. And now I gotta name it Dimple. There we go. And save and publish. So there we go, chat. That should be, the dimple emoji should be live. I think if you refresh, you should be able to have that emoji in your in your arsenal now. You did. It was great. I'm glad. An emote of your concerned face you use for every thumbnail. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's because I haven't taken new thumbnail images. So yeah, I literally like, it's the same like me, like, or something like that. I don't know, that I use the clickbaity ass channel. My God. Okay. So concerned face. I like that. And then we'll also see if we find a good in address. Concerned face and emote would also kill. Hello, Brennan. Hello, chat. Hello, Stone Creek. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. A wonderful Tuesday evening. It's been very eventful here. We're making some emotes for the channel members. Shooting address was the Q&A stream, the first stream of 2025. Okay, so I'll grab that one. Concerned face is a great one. Looks great. Totally see it in the arsenal. Perfect. Glad it worked. Everyone's good dimples spam in the chat. Doing great. That's great. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Now let me see if I can get I'll pull my concerned face. Sorry, I'll show you my desktop when I have it on Paint here, but I just want to make sure I'm pulling it from the right files. Thumbnail images. I have a couple to select from here. We got this, that, and okay, wait. I'll open some that you guys haven't even seen that I haven't used for images. Let me open these. Okay, wait. PC thumbnail images. Okay. Here, I'll this file. I'll show you guys if you guys want to see any. These are all basically like the thumbnails that I've used or that I've like touched up on, done iterations with. But we can open this one. I wonder if I can open multiple. Yeah, because we can open this one, this one, this one, and you'll see a larger view in a sec. There's my like photoshopped ones. There's the concerned face. Let's see. We have this one as well. Some of these are so bad they never saw the light of day. There's a nice slideshow for you guys to see all these, but there's this one. Essentially me just looking. Oh, that's me shifting it over. Okay, let me go to open image. So there's these two. These are kind of like roughly the same. We'll get rid of this one because that one's like roughly the same. There's this one, confused, Brennan right there. Then there's just a shot of my head. Kind of scared. I think I used that in the Mario Kart thumbnail. Then there's this one. It looks a little bit squished, but I use that sometimes. It's a squished version of this, which is that's the common concerned thumbnail there. Here's the jump scare, clickbait. And then here's another take of that, but with pink background. By the way, you're female. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I kept calling you man. I apologize that. I apologize. I call everyone man, dude, buddy, guy, all those things. I hope I apologize for misgendering you. It's not me trying to be rude or anything. It's just how I address everybody, but I apologize. My friend. Fall Guys was the night of like 14 beers. Yeah, Fall Guys was a crazy, crazy stream. Photoshop Colin's face on the moon and use it as an emote. Oh my god, we could do that. Honestly, do we make Colin his own emote? Okay. Zoom in and just do the eyes. Oh my, from this one? Zoom in and just do the eyes? I could do that. That'd be good. These are thumbnail shots on the toilet after the hot sauce. Basically, Aflad. Crop and distort. Okay, so let me see here. Let me put it. Wait, I gotta try and put it on my eyes, but make it like square. Let's see if we can do that. Image, crop to selection. See if I can get it more square. There we go. Because then we can distort it. Get out some of my big nose. Okay, image, because it has to be 1:1 size. So we'll crop to selection, effects, or no, image. We'll resize, and then we'll take the larger actually. So we'll go with 338. There we go. That's a potential candidate here. So I'm gonna save. Let's file, save as surprised emoji. Okay. I'm gonna grab. There's a photo of Colin that I think would make a good emote, but I need his permission. I'll ask him in a sec because I don't want to. I'm getting the photo ready. I have it on my phone, but I want to make sure that it's okay with him before I put it on a on an emote for everyone to see. Let me just. I think I gotta share it to myself. What can I do to pull it up on my PC? Facebook Messenger. That's perfect. Okay. Where am I? Let me search myself. Brennan Evo. There we go. Okay. Send. And then let me just send this to Colin to make sure that it's okay and we get the green light. And then I'll put him on the moon. Message. Where is Colin? Can I make an emote of you? Okay, there we go. Sorry. So we have the eyes now. The tiny eyes and big face. Yeah, it's like long. I'm like, whoop, like all stretched out. Why not resize the eyes and keep the whole face? Oh, you're talking about like big eyes. Okay. I'll make a second iteration of that. So let me go back here and open surprised. Where is it? Where is surprised? Right here. Okay, let me open this. So you're saying something like this here. So we take like take the eyes and make them like bug-eyed. So Paint, unfortunately, they don't have the best selectors. So what we're gonna do is we create a layer, and let me just make brush size. How big is 5? Okay, we'll keep it at 2. So So what we do is we grab this and we just like kind of outline my eye. Okay. Outline my eye. I'm trying to grab like along the outside here. So anyone who wants to use this trick, it's a little paint.net Photoshop trick. Okay, I'm just trying to see what points would look good. I think if we actually no, I don't like where this is. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep this up here. We'll keep this here. We'll bring this one in a little bit more like this. Because then we'll cut out like actually no, we'll keep the tear duct in. We'll bring it around like that. And then this one we'll connect here. And then we'll bring it around to there. Okay, and then this one we got to connect to here. Bring it to there, to there, to there. Okay, so now we take our magic selection, go here, hide that, copy, create. Oh no, we gotta copy from this layer. Copy, and then Control V. And now, with the magic of Photoshop, we can do one of these. And then I can erase and like blur the section as well. But let me just get that going there. It's looking all right. There we go. I don't. I'll go like this. So I think honestly, if we just take the white of my eye, that could be good. Let me just get some erase here. We'll do 5. We'll just polish up that edge there. There we go. Copy and flip the two. I can definitely, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So we don't have to do both of them. But we'll keep it like this so that I can have eyebrow, and then we'll fade the edging here so that it blends a little bit better. And it's going to be a small emoji, so he won't be able to tell too much. But let me just erase. Okay, I got to up the size here. This is going to take forever. Okay. There we are. Round it off a little bit. Oh, okay. Didn't mean to round off that much. Fuck. Okay, sorry, chat. Just bear with me here. We're creating magic. Okay, we gotta leave some parts for the buffer. Now we'll come around here in our selection. Make it a bit smoother because there's a lot of pixelation there. And then we go to this. We go to effects. Which one is feather object? Oh, here, wait. I gotta make a selection first. Okay. Effects, object, feather object, and then we add a bit of a feather so that it's like blended a little bit better. And now we can Control Copy, add another layer, Control V, and layers, flip horizontal. Then we could drag this over here. And then, do we just leave it over top of my hair so it's like comically big like that? Let me rotate it a little bit. There we go. Lopsided eyes. Perfect. That's definitely interesting. I think it's beautiful. I think it's exactly what this channel needs. Let me just crop 2 here. I say whoever suggested this, great suggestion, by the way. Image resize, and we'll take the larger. 803. File, save as. Surprised. Emoji 1. Okay, there we go. Now let me just add it for our members here. Oh no, that's my channel. Let me just add it to our thing here. Badges and emojis. And emojis. Add emojis. What should we name it, chat? Like, should we call it, what should be the thumbnail? Just eyes? Or what should be like the keyword to type it in? Just eyes? Let me go pull it up here, and then I'll look at the suggestions in a sec. Sorry, I apologize. I was locked in, so I wasn't reading chat too much. But we have, where is, oh my god, that's fucking terrifying. Oh, I saved it as a PDN file. That's why I got a file. Save as. I'm gonna save it as a PNG. Surprised emoji 1. Okay, there we go. Save. Flatten. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. Upload. And where is thumbnail images? There we are. This looks so fucking stupid. Let's see what chat says. Okay, so awooga. Okay, everyone wants awooga. Okay, so we're gonna call it awooga. There we go. Awooga is now live and usable in chat. Have fun, everybody, with that one. Either awooga or Alien Eyes sounds apt for this emote. So there we go. We got awooga. What else? Okay, so you guys said you wanted the Shui in a dress. I'm glad Pimu is terrified. I'm glad some people are terrified. Black eyeliner, David Welling says. Maybe I'll touch up on it after the stream. We'll add some to it. Jack. Okay, let me crop in on the face a little bit more. Actually, I want to edit it. Let me I feel like it's, you got to emphasize the face, cuz like that's the whole. Let me just like do that. There we go. Maybe if I do that, let me crop to selection, image, resize, 640 width. Yeah, we can pull the width out to 660. File, save as, and we'll make it emoji 2. I think this will be a bit better. So let me just replace awooga real quick. You got your last, get your last couple with the old awooga, and prepare yourselves to add the new awooga in here. Here we are. Edit, replace image. Where is it? There it is. Save and publish. That emoji is now retired for now. Well, we got the new awooga. the close up. Seems like it'll probably be a little bit more prominent. Should we have Dan emoji for when he makes an appearance too? We could do a Dan emoji. I have just the emoji for Dan here. Let me see if Colin allowed his. Okay, he allowed his emoji, so we'll do a Colin Moon emoji as well. Let me just grab that off of Facebook here. Okay, sorry, I'm just doing that on my other monitor. Where's Messenger? There it is. Okay. Copy image. All right. So here we are, chat. This is probably going to be another. You didn't think that we could top the awooga emoji here, but wait till I show you. Suspicious jug with yellow juice in it. No, people, I don't drink piss. We can definitely we can make that though if the audience wants it. But let me introduce to you the Colin emoji. Peak face. So first let me look up oh sorry, wrong thing. So you guys can stare at Colin's lovely face for now. I'm going to find a picture of the moon and we're going to put Colin on the moon. Stop pulling this one up. Come on. Pull that one up. Okay, there we go. Moon image. Okay. So PNG. Okay, let's see if this is a true PNG. If not, copy image. Let's see, Control V. Oh, it is a true PNG. Nice. Okay, so now we can, let's make a new 320 by 320, Control V. Perfect. We can even make the background black here. Let's do that. There we go. Or actually, no, let's, I wonder if we make a PNG, if it'll just fill with random color, or if it will be good. Let me just go back to OBS here so I can see what you guys are saying. He looks like Brienne of Tarth. We can definitely do a piss chug emote though, if you guys seem interested in it. Nancy, hello. Hope you're having a great time. We're making some new emotes for channel members here. We're having a lot of good fun. So now let me grab, do the same trick I did with my eyes in the last emotes. Okay, we gotta make this a little bit smaller here. So we don't have to grab this super accurately because it's gonna be small, but we're gonna do this. Get as big. It's gonna take a minute because this is a big ass head here that I have to cut out. So just bear with me, chat. We'll give him like one of these. It's not gonna be completely accurate, but it's gonna be all right. Okay. Oh my god, this is gonna be great. Okay. We're cutting out like 90% of his head here. It's hard for any image to fully capture that the monster head, the monster cranium. Okay, let's get that there. There's his ear. We'll get the little lobe here. And then this goes down. Okay. There we go. Get his trap there. There we go. It sounds like the Leafs are having some struggles. I can hear some discontent out in the living room, unfortunately. They might have just missed a important shot. I have a flat head, flat top hair, and pencil thin mustache. Yes. But no, this is just so that I can grab, like you'll see in a moment, this is just so I can grab his head. This is because we don't have, in paint.net, there's no proper like cutting tool. And I'm sure there's a cutting like tool plugin online that I could find. But this is just quick and easy as well. Something that I've worked with for years. Let's bring this down to here. Okay, so we can have the rounding. That there. Bing, bam, boom. And then we go get our magic grabber. Go to here, go to copy. And then we go to new layer here. Control V, keep canvas size. My God, the head's bigger than the moon. It's proven by science. Somebody clip that. So now we get this. Okay, we can actually cut out. Let's cut out his shirt so that it's just his head here. Let me get this up to like 25, and we can do one of these. There we go. We get the chin. It's like the sun from the Teletubbies, you know? Little baby sun. So now we get this going. There we go. Cosmic Colin, they say. Moon out of his head like a brain. Moon coming out. You want the moon coming out of his head? I was thinking we do something like this. Like we first put him over top like this. Let me round off parts of his head here. His head's a little too big for the photo. So we'll make his head look a little smaller. We'll do him some favors. And cut a little bit of his ear. We'll straighten out the haircut. And we'll straighten out the little cheek there. And then you press F4. You turn the opacity down a little bit so that the moon comes through. And then we go to effects. Where is it? Is it in adjustments? Saturation. Hue saturation. And then we turn the saturation down so that it looks like the moon crater is calling. Lightness. Yeah, we can turn the lightness up a little bit. And then now that saturation's down, we'll go to brightness and contrast to kind of make him pop a little more. There we go. And then we'll make the moon. Let's go to let's up the contrast of the moon a little bit too. There we go. So now it's interplanetary colon. Oops. Let me adjust that. Interplanetary colon moonhead. Maybe we go F4 and we drop the opacity a little bit. There. I think that doesn't look half bad. He needs to be moon brained. Let me try the moon. Let me save this and I'll try doing a moon brain. You got to place this expression onto the moon. Yeah. So it's kind of what it looks like there. Maybe we drop the size down a little bit, but because I feel like he's kind of overpowering the whole moon. Make him like stretched there a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, that doesn't look half bad. Let me save as, we'll save as PNG of moon man. There we go. And now flatten that. And now we unflatten it so we can try. I'll try and do the moon brain. Let's see, F4, let's up the opacity. Oops. Up the opacity. And wait, let's actually, we could just undo all these effects here. So there's his initial. And then we'll align him with how we want him here. There's a little bit of stuff there I don't like, a little bit of artifacts. Okay, and then we'll align the moon where we want it. So we'll go Control A, grab it. Give him, line it out of his cranium. Let me do this. It's gonna be tough to get it like, have to like squash the moon down to kind of like fit his cranium here. There we go. Because his head is bigger than the moon, as we found here. Looks great. You're talented on these. Thank you, Stone Creek. I appreciate it. It's years of messing around on Photoshop there, trying to blend the natural edge there, and then let me adjust this layer opacity with F4. Let's turn it back up to 100 here, and then we can actually, for the time being, we'll turn it down just so I can see where I'm cutting from. We'll take our eraser and let's find a circular point here. Oh wait, no, that doesn't look good. Okay, I gotta come down with like the moon and then come. It's gotta like, wait, no. It's gotta feel like the moon is like part of his cranium there. Okay, I think that's a natural blend. Now let's get this going here. See what we got here. And then I'll have chat vote on which one they like. Okay, now let's go here, F4, up the opacity back. Okay. We're going to take out that little bit there, and then we're going to feather effects. Feather. Yeah. Okay, let me undo the feathering, and we'll just blend that a little bit more. Fuck, I gotta move them now, because now we can adjust the edges so that it like kind of fits a bit better. So there, that kind of like encompasses the moon. This is so fucking stupid. All right, so we have. Let me open our second option here. I like both of them. It's gonna be tough. Let me open with, and then we'll do a direct comparison. Open with paint.net. Okay. Let me start a poll right now. We have our option 1, option 2 for our moon man. I think they both are winners at heart, but we'll see which one. It's like a moon hat. He's on moon rocks. Moon brain is fire. I'm glad you guys are liking it. Okay, moon brain or moon face. Okay, we're just gonna put question marks, and we'll start that poll. And I think we probably have time to design one more. I have about 10 minutes. We'll find the Shui in a dress. We'll let that poll run. Again, I'll show you guys so you can pause. Here's Moon Brain. And here's Moon Face. You can see whatever emoji you like best. And we'll work from there. But but yeah, the next one I think you guys said you wanted was the Shui in a dress, which we will get or just me in a dress, which was, I think Affled said it was the first episode of 2025. Let me see. Oh my god, it's so cringe looking at all my thumbnails because like I reuse so many thumbnails. I didn't have time to take a proper thumbnail, so I reused this one. Terrible outfit repeater, and I'm sorry, chat. You can see I did some Photoshop there with that Fall Guys getting hammered. Yeah, so it was the first Q&A 3 months ago. Was it this one? Let me open new tab.
Fortunately, I did spill a bit of.
Yes, it was. Okay. There's right off the bat there we got going on. Let's see what we got. Okay. So we don't need to do the Shui. We'll do, let's see what happened here because I came out. I think I used copyrighted music, so I don't want to. Let me see. When do I come out? Oh no, it doesn't sound like the Leafs game's going too well. Okay, there's me coming out with a beer. Oh god. What a time. Okay, we gotta find, I think I pushed the chair out of the way and you can see like there's proper spots of me dancing. So let me just like shuffle over here. Okay, let's see. That's the Shui. We got some subscriptions. Because I think I do dance after this. So I think we already have me in a dress doing a Shui. Now I just have to. Jeez, you guys really liked me doing the Shui. Look at all those donations. Oh my fucking god. Gotta do a Shui to dress more often. No, I'm just kidding. That's a once in a year kind of thing. It has to be a special occasion. Or a very sad occasion, I should say. Okay, this is when I was finding a song. I think I pushed the chair out of the way. Sorry, don't mind me just skipping ahead here. Oh god. Okay, come on. Okay, here it is. Let's see, we got some of these. Got some of these moves. Look at that. Look at that. Natural dancer right there. Oh my god. Oh my, why did I even... Okay. Let me check Discord as well, because I think there's some good shots in the Discord. Let me see if I can see media in the general chat as well. I'll let this play out. Dress. Let me just look for dress, and I'm sure it'll come up. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me see if I find a good one here while I'm watching the other ones. Okay, this. Yes, here's the photos, and oh my god, the gifs. Oh my god. Okay. There's one of me with a shrimp for some reason. There's a bunch of me with the Shui. We've already gotten the Shui. Oh, I think I found a winner. Okay. Let me copy image here. I hope I can fit this into an emoji. If not, okay. Yeah, if not, I was going to do something like this from this scene right here. So we'll pull something like this. But this is from Afflad was kind enough to take screenshots of this for me. Which thank you very much, Afflad. I needed all the recollection I could get. But oh my, the sundress looks good on you, Queen. Thank you, Pimu. Oh my god. Yeah, I drank a nice Shui. It was a very interesting day. The good old days of over 3 months ago, exactly. But this is the image that I was provided with. Me doing the sprinkler. Let's see if it's not too small, if I chop it down. So we'll go from the top here. We'll try and get all the action in here. I think till there is probably good. Let me crop to selection, image resize. We'll go off the larger, so 1110. Not terrible. We'll see how that looks. I'll put it up and we'll see how that looks. File, save as. We'll call it dress. That'll be dress.png. It'll be live in just a few moments for you guys, for your entertainment here. Okay. Let me just get this on here. Sorry. There we are. Emoji. Add. Upload. Dress. Dress. Okay. Save and publish. And it is live now for your emoji spamming pleasure. And now I'll close off the poll. And it looks like Moonbrain won by a very large margin. So unfortunately, we'll have to take out one of the old emotes because we're at our cap of 9 right now. But let me save Moonbrain here. Files, save as Moonbrain.png, save. Okay, flatten. And then now that we have that, I'll go and throw it on. I think the LOL emote is the one I was going to choose to delete. I agree, Aflad. It's probably the weakest of the roster. So let me just go into emojis here. Spam your LOLs while you still can, because it's about to be gone forever. Replace image. We are now getting our moonbrain.png. And it's going to be under moon. 3, 2, 1. Updated. I wonder how to look in the stream. We could always touch it up too. I only have a couple more minutes before I got to close out the stream, unfortunately, because of hockey. Rigged and GF is relevant. That's true. Oh no, what was that? Was that square? Was that you trying to do? I see Pete. The dress one's working. The last LOL. We got the moon brain. There it is. There it is. That's a good one, because like they can't all just be me, you know? They got to be some of the lore. Like it's like the pog face. The moon brain looks good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Suits the chat well. Good spamming, everybody. Good job. I'm glad we got a whole new arsenal of emotes. In I think it's 5 or 6. I have to check, but I think in 5 or 6 more channel members we unlock another emote. So potentially we could be doing this again, and I feel like every couple months we can refresh our roster too. I have all these ones that I've created, or at least not. I don't think I have the LOL one saved on my PC, but we can cycle through them. You guys can choose whatever roster you want, but now you've got a whole handful of new emotes to react to in the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chaotic session. 50 members for the next Shuin address. Honestly, if we reach that goal, Aflad, I'd say that's pretty worth warranted. Let me see what. Okay, don't save that. There we go. I'd say 50 members. I'll do a Shuin address. Mark my words, chat. That will do it. At 3,000 subscribers, which we're kind of rounding the bases on, I'm gonna do a 12-hour live stream on a weekend, and then I'll also have it extended through membership goals and donations. So if we hit 50 members during the 3,000 subscriber special or whatever, which we're still probably a ways off from, but if we do hit it, then maybe during that live stream I'll do a Shui in a dress. But yeah, so be sure, if you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel. Help us hit that notification goal. And yeah, well, let me see. I can tell you right now what we're at. What about a Shui in a tuxedo? I could do a Shui in a suit. The only thing is I don't have a cheap suit right now. I'm sure I could probably either get my suit and put like a bib on or something, or like rent a cheap suit for the day, something like that. I'm sure that's definitely doable. Let me just see, because I can tell you exactly right now how many members we're at. We are at 21 channel members right now. So what was I gonna say? We're at 21 channel members, so we are about halfway to the shoey in the dress. But it's not impossible. We're a bit far off, but nothing's ever impossible. Shoey in a leopard print skirt. How about this? I have a leopard or a cheetah print bathrobe that I could do a shoey in at some point. Should count my Patreon membership as a channel donation. I could do that, Jeffrey. I could do that. I could say we're at 22, honorary 22 channel memberships. We'll say we have to get to 49. We'll set the threshold at 49 because I appreciate you and everything that you do. But yeah, thank you everyone. Unfortunately, I had to start getting ready for hockey now, but it was a blast. I enjoyed talking with you all. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this Q&A session. Thank you everyone who stopped by, helped contribute for some new emotes. I hope you guys liked the selection we made, and we can always make more. Remember, if I don't score a goal, which I will, or 2 assists, we'll say a goal or 2 assists, then I owe you guys 5 memberships. Sorry, I don't know why I did 4. 5 memberships in the next stream. So make sure you have enabled receive gifts from this channel enabled for the next stream. Good night. I love you all, and everyone a good night. Good night, everybody.